The day my dad told me he was skipping my wedding, he sounded proud. He said he and my mom had made a decision as a family. Then he casually added they were going to my sister's housewarming party instead. 2 days later, my grandparents walked me down the aisle. I grew up knowing my older sister, Rachel, was the planned baby. I was the oops 10 months later. My parents never said it out loud, but they lived it. Vacations were just the three of us, meaning them and her. I got dropped off at grandma and grandpa's like extra luggage. They were the ones who hugged me like I mattered. Rachel didn't just enjoy being the favorite. She competed like it was a sport. If I made friends, she demanded access. If I got attention, she made it about her. My parents backed her every time, like it was automatic. I learned early that keep the peace really meant let Rachel win. By junior year, she started inventing stories about me, drugs, drinking, sneaking around with boys. My dad took me out for ice cream once rare and asked, "Are you being careful?" I blinked and said, "Why are you interrogating me?" He admitted Rachel had been feeding them lies for months. I showed him my phone, my messages, my boring reality. When he confronted her, she didn't apologize. She got mad, then she hit me. First, she stepped close, smiling like she won. Then her fist snapped forward, fast and casual. Next, my nose exploded with heat and a wet sting. After that, I tasted blood and dropped to the floor. Then my mom screamed my name like I was the problem. Finally, my parents begged, "Don't report her." At the ER, the nurse asked what happened. I told the truth. A report got filed. My parents acted like I betrayed the family. "You're ruining her life," my mom cried. Rachel never said sorry. She just avoided my eyes like I was embarrassing. My grandparents heard and said, "Pack a bag." I finished high school at their house. My parents barely called. At graduation, they cheered for Rachel and walked right past me. Grandma and grandpa clapped loud enough for 3 parents. College was my escape. I got a scholarship, stayed busy, and built a life that didn't revolve around being second place. That's where I met my fiance, Ethan. He was calm in a way my childhood never was. His mom hugged me once and said, "You're safe here." I almost broke on the spot. When he proposed at sunrise, I said yes without hesitating. I posted one engagement photo and suddenly my parents remembered my number. They acted warm for 5 minutes. Then my dad dropped it. "I'll walk you down the aisle, right?" Like it was his right, not a privilege. I said yes anyway, because a tiny part of me wanted a normal moment. Wedding planning killed that illusion fast. My parents saw bachelorette pictures and demanded, "Why wasn't Rachel invited?" I said, "Because she punched me and never apologized." Then I added, "She's not invited to the wedding either." My mom waved it off. That was years ago. My dad warned, "People will talk." I said, "Let them." A week before the wedding, my dad called again. His voice was cold. "We won't be attending," he said, "and I won't be walking you down the aisle." I asked why, even though I already knew. He sighed and said, "Rachel's moving. Her housewarming is that day. We're going there." I didn't cry on the phone. I said, "Okay." Then I hung up and stared at the wall until Ethan pulled me into his arms. That night I called my grandparents. My throat tightened. "Will you walk me down the aisle?" Grandma said, "Of course." Grandpa said, "We won't let you walk alone," and his voice cracked. My dad found out and exploded. "How dare you replace me?" he yelled. "We were trying to teach you a lesson." I said, "A lesson that you'll always pick her?" He snapped. "We raised you." I replied, "You kept me fed." They raised me. The wedding was perfect. Grandpa's arm was steady. Grandma smiled like she'd been waiting her whole life for this. My parents weren't there. Rachel wasn't there. The aisle felt lighter without the people who always made me feel small. After the honeymoon, I blocked my parents everywhere. No speech, no debate, just silence. A month later, Rachel emailed me an apology, long, polished, convenient, and told me not to punish our parents. I didn't answer. I'm not punishing anyone. I'm choosing peace. And if my parents needed a housewarming party to feel like a family, they can live in that house without me, for good.